It's really funny because I really identify with local punk, but you could probably name so many bands that are from 2 towns over and I don't even know them. There's just so many bands in this area, it's great.
Johnny Earthquake, he must be having the time of his life. He plays almost every day.
Pirates and punks have a lot in common. I kind of subscribe to the pirate attitude.
If someone jumps off something, it's because that's how they're feeling at the time. And when people are jumping on each other or whatever, it's not because they want to hurt each other. It's just because that's their expression.
What other bands have you talked to other than us?
As cliche as it sounds, and it sounds totally cliche in punk rock, but the aspirations aren't really they're not that great beyond just having fun.
Yeah, if you have a bad day at school or something and it's a Friday night and you know that there's a DST show with all these other bands, you know you're gonna have a good time, and that bad day isn't really gonna matter when you're at the show enjoying the music.
This is how we make things work! This is how we make things work!
Ever fucking had, way they fucking treat me, it makes me fucking mad. Oh, the day shit, I wanna quit, the hours fucking drag. Oh, this must be the worst job I'll ever fucking. 1, 2, 3, 4! Must be the worst job I ever had. When they fucking treat me, they'll make me mad. Please say I wanna pay me out of fucking blood. Oh, must be the worst job ever fucking had. This must be the worst job I ever fucking worked. That's just because they make your way, make you look like a jerk. Some of you know me, they do, some of you in the hood. This must be the worst job ever fucking worked.
I work at the post office, and there was this woman that worked in the case next to me, and she just complained about every little thing about the job, and every other word was fucking. And I just thought it was so funny to write a song in which every other word was fucking.
They sit around and order me just like my fucking dad. Oh, this must be the worst job ever fucking. This must be the worst job I ever fucking. This must be the worst job I ever fucking. This must be the worst job I ever fucking. 2, 3, 4! This must be the worst job. Oh, this must be the worst job. Oh, this must be the worst job I ever fucking.
It's just something you have to do, you know. You don't choose to do it, you just do it.
We've ever fucking heard!
Oh God, Johnny is the greatest man that ever lived.
I decided I was like, this show is going so terribly. I might as well have fun with it. So, I strangled Joey to death, and I straddled Riley.
All seriousness, S. Montaneo is one of the best bands ever.
Some things are still sacred.
Like Nick tells his cheeks.
Yeah, very.
Damn it.
He looks a little bit like Chevy Chase. I don't care what anybody says.
He does look like Chevy Chase.
I learned how to play guitar just from hanging out in my bedroom and tooling around until it sounded right. So I sort of developed a different kind of style.
They're one of my favorite bands in Massachusetts. Every element of S. Montaneo, like the drum work and the guitar work and the bass work is all really awesome. And the Nick's like well-written songs.
It was the first time I've been in a band where I was the singer and people were singing along to it. It blew me away. It's like one of the best feelings ever.
Nick, he goes back to when I was in like 8th grade. This little pudgy kid going to Gloucester. I've always thought of him as being so amazing at his instrument.
So what I got to say to you, Mr. President, is stick it up your fucking juxie and... Now here we go, here goes the big one. Ground controller, you ready? Number 4. Let me just say, sir, it's an honor to work with you. Thank you, son. Sexy man. Thank you, son. Talk to me after we blow up the moon. Come on.
Not to toot our own horns, but I think we ushered in the era of the newest era of the joke band.
Yeah, but it's not even a funny joke anymore.
I know, it's kind of sad, really.
Hey kids, how we all doing? Let's get everybody dancing on this one, cause y'all like to dance to songs about Kid Wizard. So here we go. Hey, the chamber of shh, I don't tell a soul. I said, hey, everybody. And the what is the whack? Your Uncle Sirius Black, and you think he's a murderer. Well, won't you know when that's a black gold ring, get it back, boom, bitch. I said that he lived. I said, Harry Potter, chamber of secrets. Don't tell a soul. In a Harry Potter.
Like, I just watched a movie once on HBO and I started doing a jazz dance and I was like, Harry Potter, skip. I'm a big fan of scat jazz.
Yeah. I've read all the books, and if anybody gets a chance to read the new one, but hope like if the seventh comes out, but the sixth one filled with sexual tension, unbelievable sexual tension. That's what I love about.
What's that guy's name? Sif?
Snape, Severus Snape.
Snape kills Harry Potter at the end of the movie.
Yeah, no. Listen. All right, what happens is Lord Vault.
Everybody, let's go get fucked up! Everybody, let's go get fucked up!
Fiesta's the motherfucking bomb. All right.
It's the lyrics. Should we run down the lyrics just to tell them what it says?
No.
You don't see me out go tonight. You won't see me get to a fight. You don't see me out go tonight. You won't see me.
I feel that Riley is like living proof that the less serious you take things, like the better you are as a person. Because as much as he's like, my band's like a joke, like you guys are serious, I think some of those songs are like amazing.
Me too.
Those
Fiesta.
Yeah, Fiesta. Those songs are just off the chain.
I had more fun watching Wiley Riley than any other band. You know? I think they're my favorite. Bunch of assholes though.
The Gloucester Art Space, which has been a non-profit, art, music outlet for kids for years. That's where I went when I was 16 years old, still in high school. That's where I was going to shows. Well, the venues are, it's basically the meeting hall of a music scene. Music is the glue of everything that goes on here. So, you meet up at the music hall. You're there for the bands. You find out where the next show is, what's going on, and that sort of thing. So, I mean, without a good venue, there's no music scene.
At the 7-Eleven and the McDonald's, So I don't want you guys hanging around outside, okay? The reason we're doing all this is to give you guys a chance to enjoy each other and each other's music. And but the other reason that name up there, Melissa, I don't know how many of you knew. I think you guys did. Melissa Allen was killed in an automobile accident. She was a favorite of ours here. She was at a drinking party, and she was a passenger in a car and got killed. So I just wanted to, we always think of Melissa and think of all of you guys and hope that you'll, use your heads. So have a good time.
more like a tourist town than the way it actually used to be. It used to be looked at more as a fishing community, but it's being more built into as like a tourist community because of, I don't know, I guess that interests people, like the art and the fishing, and like the Perfect Storm got filmed here partially and stuff like that.
Look at you now. Can't remember how. Try.
Like people come here, like there's a seagull, and people be like, oh look, there's a pretty bird. But we'd be like, that's like a rat with wings. It'll come and eat your picnic food or whatever you have there.
You're not the same person I knew when
I don't think we ever set out to be like a partial instrumental band at all. I think we
just write the songs, and then if we can get vocals on them, why not?
Like, it's kind of half and half, like, at the end of our judgment, because some songs, like, there's just no capability of vocals.
Stick around for End On and On and the rest of the bands, Lock and Key and Espontaneo and X's and Objects. Thank you.
Everyone fell in love with that band after that too. I don't know what happened. That was crazy. You just call up and say, hey, is this date open? And then they say yes or no. And you bring a PA, and then you basically have from 5 o'clock till about 10 o'clock. And kids just bring their own equipment usually. And if they don't bring their equipment, someone will like lend them an amp or a cab or something like that. And they just play until 10 o'clock. Sometimes it goes over, and depending on who's in charge of the teen center, you can stay or finish up your set before you get tossed out. Well, not tossed out, but more like asked to leave is really lenient.
Anyway, Massachusetts is the only state where you can get married if you're gay, right? Is that still true? Canada's working on it. They're working on it. Personally, I don't see what's so offensive about two people loving each other, but that's just me, you know. I'm a simpleton. I don't see all the complex issues. Oh my God, it's so wrong. It's so wrong to be gay. Jesus didn't say that, actually. A bunch of old dudes writing a bunch of scripture said that. Jesus never said there's a problem being gay. And I stand by that. There's no problem being gay, there's no problem getting married, there's no problem having kids. I'm a school teacher. This is for all the loving gay parents that I know. They are the most loving parents I know. And anyone who wants to keep them from that, I say, take a hike. Take a hike, George.
When we're speaking at shows, we sort of talk about what what the kids can handle, sort of. And, you know, gay marriage being legal in Massachusetts and only here, it's on every kid's plate as something to think about. I think I've been also emboldened in situations where I'm in a room with a lot of friends and I feel that support to really speak my mind. I don't feel any desire to hide that. You know, sometimes the biggest cities have the worst scenes and sometimes the smallest towns have the best ones. It really depends on if there's people in town who are really making things happen, first of all, but also if the kids identify that as a fun thing to do.
Thank you to Sebastian. I emailed Sebastian a billion times. I'm like, dude, please do a show for us. Finally, he caved. And we're here, so thank you to him. I'm terrified. Will make place tea. If I will only be, I know what they have left for me. The body cleans.
I think it's kind of funny how, you know, in sports, Gloucester and Danvers want to kill each other and all that, and then when it comes to playing tunes and junk, we're best buds.
We don't want it! We don't need it! We won't try it!
Kids who play music are really looked at as like, they're looked up as like upright citizens, and they're not like, they don't look presentable maybe, like, but a lot of kids that play music are kind of like the nicest kids I've ever met.
Wu-Tang Killer Bees on the swarm! 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 Wu-Tang Killer Bees on the swarm!
That show was immediately significant before we started playing because that was, as far as like our generation, if you will, of like local punk kids, whatever you want to call it. That was that was the first Danvers show.